Howdy doody everyone, I'm Mr. YouTube. Welcome to another commentary video because I'm doing these commentaries for the fuck of it. Yeah. Anyway, so this one is going to be talking about Five Nights at Freddy. I haven't even finished the whole thing. Like, honestly, I played the first one and I only went up to night 5. I haven't even finished the whole fucking thing, I'm being honest. So I have no idea of what I should even say about it because I haven't technically completed the full fucking thing. Does that mean that do I have a technical opinion? Yes or no? I mean, technically, Five Nights at Freddy itself it's a big franchise and stuff like that nowadays. Well, not technically big, it's niche, anything, but has gone because of the whole horror kid things that are happening. Can we talk about that better? the whole thing nowadays with the modernization of horror in a way for now children to enjoy now, so that now it's like all these kid horror type things are coming out, but like the way it's coming out, it's still horror, and so they still have that explicit thing of like death and stuff like that, but like many adults won't get it because all they think is the kid wants the doll or something or the toy, and it's weird like that. But the way the aspect of horror comes from that genre is so weird because it's like, look at all these, like when you actually look into the lore or look into the deep recesses of this character development, it comes from like darker things that you would not think would be a part of it, but are, because that's where that horror aspect of that general game or story or something aspect comes from. It comes from that horror that's within there, and it makes that point, which I don't know, is just even still to today, because it's weird to even say that. And well, I turned this from talking about Five Nights at Freddy's into talking about horror in general. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent, but it was a good tangent. Well, we'll talk about horror in general in the modern age, I guess, maybe, if you want to say that for another video. I'm gonna try to focus on Five Nights at Freddy's for right now, but I just wanted to give you an aspect of what I'm thinking about. And like that's probably one of the things I'm thinking about, is that itself is a modernization of the tropes of horror in a way, and bringing that into full turnaround, and then like just trying to like understand what that is. All in all, it's an impressive genre. It has nice lore and stuff like that, as you say, story background is the way with his characters and stuff like that. But the way you would necessarily put it all together is the same way you would think, mainly because everything does around it change after aspects and stuff like that. It's very weird when you actually think about it, because it's like a lot of the games don't actually give you the straight pathway of like a normal storytelling, you know, as many other things. It gives you hints, if anything, about what the story actually is, and you kind of have to put the pieces together yourself by looking at small details and other things around, and it's really weird when you actually think about it. It's just like there's something there. Of course there's something there, because otherwise it wouldn't be like so many fucking games at this point, or otherwise, you know, just Scott Cawthon himself just making games for the sake of making games. But man's making games. I was happy enough for that, you know, just happy make games, because you know, people do what they want to do, and if they have a passion to do something, they should do what they want to do. And you know, Five Nights at Freddy was his thing that worked out. I wouldn't know. I would say, if you want to make something, go ahead. You know, I don't really care what it is, unless it's something super bad, then maybe you should stop. Don't touch it. Don't touch it, man. Don't do that. Don't do the bad thing. We like the good thing. Keep in the light and narrow. Don't do the bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Huh? That's what I'm saying. You know. But thinking about the aspect of like all of that all together, it's so weird. talk about my history with Five Nights at Freddy in general, like how I was introduced to it. Of course, like many other people, I was introduced by Markiplier's video. Here's the thing, I was like talking about the first time I ever heard about it. I was in animation class in college, and I was just chilling, doing my projects, like drawing my short draws, and stuff like that. And we were having a small break while we were transitioning to another part of learning different strokes of animation. And so we're having a small break in between. And one of my classmates in front of me was turned on YouTube and was watching apparently a Markiplier video, and I was like, like I'm just like, oh wow, Markiplier, okay, cool. I mean, you kind of know who Markiplier. I already knew who Markiplier was technically before even the Five Nights at Freddy craze happened, but I never really watched his stuff super wildly before that. I was gonna say I wasn't a big one. I used to be more of a PewDiePie-esque fan than anything back in the day. You know, before I made any fucking YouTube myself, which did not take long after stuff like that. You know, we'll talk about all of that YouTube stuff in another video. Like I said, this is talking about Five Nights at Freddy's in general. But yeah, so watching that, and I was interested in it, like, what is this? Mainly because I was interested in seeing how Markiplier's reactions to the game would be. And so I just looked at it and it said Five Nights at Freddy, and I was like, what's Five Nights at Freddy? And what the fuck is the point of it? Is this like an indie game or something? Like, I thought it was going to be like a AAA game that's come out or something. I didn't know at the time it was just a PC only title or something like that. But looking into it, and yeah, seeing that it was on the PC, and then I watched Markiplier's video on it, and it was interesting to say the least. And it took a while, of course, before Game Theory, you know, MatPat, now being famous also for making Five Nights at Freddy videos and stuff like that. Also, like, well, not famous only for Five Nights at Freddy, but like when he made the Five Nights at Freddy videos, fucking just expounded the amount of people who actually like pay attention to Five Nights at Freddy's now, even more than before. But yeah, just it was interesting to say the least. And for me, I never jumped in fully into it. I just was like, okay, this is interesting, I guess. I mean, it's a nice storyline, I guess. Like, I'll pay attention every now and then. I'll watch Markiplier's videos of anything, and if Game Theory comes out with anything, I'll just see like the theories around it. I never really like researched anything too deep into Five Nights at Freddy, being honest, at the time, mainly because I thought to myself that it wasn't gonna be anything that was gonna stick around. It was gonna be like probably that one thing that's gonna happen for like the 3 months, like the regular trend of things happening on YouTube, and then they would just dissipate. It would just go. It would just disappear after a while, and nobody would really pay attention, no mind, and maybe it would be stuck in that niche little area where it is, and be stuck there until it eventually died. Like most trends like that. And if you know trends like that, then you already know what I'm talking about. And you know, I don't have to remind you of the pain you probably lost. Anyway, but no, surprisingly not. Five Nights at Freddy had a healthy enough gain and stuff like that, and Scott kept it alive with how many games he put out, and just it kept alive even till now, where we're still expecting the Five Nights at Freddy movie to fucking come out. And the games are still technically coming out, with the last one, of course, being Security Breach and stuff like that. I even played Security Breach myself. I streamed it, and I don't have clips. I didn't play anything for the Wacky Moments mainly because I couldn't get it out, and plus most of the shit is kind of boring. Unless you guys want to see me play Security Breach again, go comment down below if you want to see that. I'll stream it again, and I'll make better clips, I guess. But if you want to see it, but I did play Five Nights at Freddy 1 eventually now. I played like the demo back in the day, but not the demo. I downloaded it on the phone. demo on the phone. That's what happened. That's what I did. That's when it came out on the phone. It tells you how long it took me to actually play the game. Not because I was, of course, I was fucking scared of it or anything, man. Because I was just like, but I never really got into it. I just was like, okay, this is okay, I guess. And I didn't fully buy it until I bought it on PC. And yeah, so I played it on the PC, of course. Of course, you've seen through the wacky moment clips and stuff like that. And so, it's okay. It's definitely, yes, it's a scary game, but like, of course, after watching YouTube videos and doing YouTube stuff and like watching all that stuff, you kind of lose the aspect of all the horror and stuff that gets thrown away at that point, unless you jump in blind. Which in Security Breach, I did jump in blind. That one I did by myself. That one was fully, I didn't know what to expect out of it, and so any of my reactions that I had for Security Breach are technically blind at the time I played it. And it's been a while since they're not blind anymore, so I'll tell you that much. So there's nothing going to be too interesting for me if I go back and play it, unless you just want to see me just react to shit. That's about it. That's what I'm going to say about that. But yeah, in my general opinion, Friday the Freddy is still a franchise that probably will still last, probably until the movie finally comes out, and then we'll be able to see where it goes from there. And if it doesn't go anywhere, then it doesn't. But you know, for right now, it's still technically here, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, it's still being kept alive now by Steel Will Studios and stuff like that. So, well, in the books themselves are still coming out. So, you know, still keeping it alive, keeping it in everyone's minds, and we'll see where it is. The DLC for the game is going to come out eventually. I forgot the date. But that's besides the point. I miss Apology too. And that's just another conversation. Because I'm conversating. Now I'm signing off. Goodbye.